तो चिराग, मेरे को एक चीज ट्यूटॉट की बहुत अच्छी लगी। सी फर्स्ट थिंग ऑब्वियसली बजट फ्रेंडली। सो some basically some academies are providing courses with job guarantee of 2 to 3 lakhs. You must be aware of that.
बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग होते हैं जो टीयर 3 कॉलेज में होते हैं या उससे भी लोअर लेवल कॉलेजेस में होते हैं, और फिर वो वहां से सर्विस बेस्ड कंपनीज में जाते हैं। फिर क्योंकि सबका एट द एंड ये गोल रहता है कि वो अच्छी प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड कंपनीज में जाए जहाँ पे अच्छा वर्क कल्चर हो, सैलरी और पे भी अच्छा रहे, राइट। तो ये जो जर्नी होती है फ्रॉम दैट स्टेट टू द ड्रीम कंपनी और द ड्रीम व्हाट यू वांट टू अचीव, राइट, आज वो हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं। सो टुडे आई एम हैविंग अक्षत विद मी। तो सारी चीजें हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं फ्रॉम स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट टू द पॉइंट वेयर ही इज राइट नाउ, राइट। तो विदाउट फर्दर डू लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड, एंड ऑल्सो अ बोनस पॉइंट। तो इस पॉडकास्ट में हमारे एक रैपिड फायर राउंड भी होने वाला है जिसमें हम बहुत अच्छे अच्छे क्वेश्चन और काइंड ऑफ स्मार्ट क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे इनसे, राइट, जिनका इनको जल्दी से जवाब देना है, राइट। तो वो भी बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग होने वाला है। तो वॉच इट टिल द एंड क्योंकि काफी ज्यादा बेनिफिशियल और इंटरेस्टिंग ये पॉडकास्ट होने वाली है। सो विदाउट फर्दर डू लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड। सो हाय अक्षत, हाउ आर यू?
I'm doing good, Chirag. Thank you. And how are you?
आई एम अमेजिंग एज वेल। एक्चुअली इस पॉडकास्ट के लिए काफी टाइम से मैं इंतजार कर रहा था, एज यू नो, राइट। तो
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
लेट्स स्टार्ट विद योर इंट्रोडक्शन so that all the
Sure.
audience can get comfortable with you.
Sure, Chirag. I'm currently working as an technology analyst in Goldman Sachs, and I'm having 1 year of experience. I have recently got passed out from Medicaps University Indore in computer science engineering, and so previously, before coming to Goldman, so I was working in Morgan Stanley as a consultant for 9 months. Then I switched to Goldman Sachs in March, and so yeah, it's like I've recently joined Goldman, the technological analyst.
Okay, that's amazing. तो आपकी जो जर्नी है वो इट विल बी ग्रेट इफ यू कैन एक्सप्लेन योर जर्नी, बिकॉज एज आई डिस्कस इन द इंट्रोडक्शन एज वेल कि एक वो जर्नी होती है वो बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करती है। तो आपका कॉलेज कैसा रहा, आफ्टर कॉलेज हाउ इट ऑल स्टार्टेड, और उसके बाद आपके जो करियर पाथ है उसमें कैसे, क्योंकि जो अप्स एंड डाउन आए जिनसे आपने सीखा और अब आप यहाँ पे हैं, तो हाउ इट ऑल हैपेंड, इट विल बी ग्रेट इफ यू कैन एक्सप्लेन दैट।
Sure, Chirag. तो बेसिकली जैसे अपन सब जेई दे के कॉलेज में आते हैं, फिर उसके बाद फर्स्ट सेकेंड ईयर तो ऐसे यूं ही निकल जाता है सबका। फिर उसके बाद सेकेंड ईयर में लगता है कि हाँ, लेट्स स्टार्ट फॉर प्लेसमेंट्स एंड प्रिपेयर समथिंग। तो उस टाइम से ही मेरे को था कि हाँ, आई शुड मींस लाइक बी एबल टू सॉल्व प्रॉब्लम्स। एंड जब मैंने शुरुआत में कुछ कोडिंग सीखी, तो मेरे को लगा कि यार, इससे अपन रियल लाइफ प्रॉब्लम्स कैसे सॉल्व हो सकती है। तो फिर उससे मेरे को थोड़ा इंटरेस्ट आया। फिर मैंने डीएसए के बारे में पढ़ा। फिर उसके बाद धीरे धीरे जब प्लेसमेंट्स आने लग गए, तो फिर मैंने प्लेसमेंट्स के लिए प्रिपरेशन चालू करी। बट मेरे को इतना अच्छे प्लेसमेंट्स मतलब नहीं मिले थे। मेरे को फर्स्ट टीसीएस मिला था, दैट वाज आई गेस 3.36। आई वोंट डिडंट गॉट सिलेक्टेड फॉर डिजिटल एज वेल। सो फिर उसके बाद वापस डिजिटल का हुआ था, तो उसमें सिलेक्ट हुआ था। फिर उसके बाद मेरे को मॉर्गन स्टैनली में एज एन कंसल्टेंट मिली, जॉब मिली थी। तो इस टाइम पे मैंने स्प्रिंग बूट सीखा था, यूडेमी से सीख लिया था। और फिर डीएसए के लिए कुछ थोड़े बहुत यूट्यूब ट्यूटोरियल्स पढ़ता था। तो दैट वाज क्वाइट गुड, मींस लाइक एट दैट टाइम व्हेन आई गॉट मॉर्गन स्टैनली। तो फिर उसके बाद आई जॉइंड ट्यूटोर्ट एकेडमी, क्योंकि आई वांटेड टू बी इन टारगेट अ प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड कंपनी which will be a kind of a tier 1 company with giving a good pay basically, obviously.
Yes.
And so उस टाइम मेरे को मतलब इतना नॉलेज नहीं था कैसे क्रैक करने इंटरव्यूज, कैसे आगे जाके हाउ टू बेसिकली नेगोशिएट एंड ऑल द थिंग्स what you require for finding a job or cracking the interviews. So Tutort Academy ने उस टाइम मेरे को बहुत हेल्प करा। एंड ऑन दैट टाइम डीएसए, उस टाइम के मतलब जब आप इंटरव्यूज दे रहे हैं तो डीएसए तो आपका अच्छा होना जरूरी है ही। तो ट्यूटोर एकेडमी ने मेरे को उसमें बहुत हेल्प करी।
एग्जैक्टली। तो बेसिकली मैं ये जानना चाहूंगा बिकॉज एट योर पॉइंट एज यू सेड के स्टार्टिंग में आपका टीसीएस में, डिजिटल में, इन सब के थ्रू आप गए, उसके बाद मॉर्गन मॉर्गन स्टैनले में यू वर वर्किंग एज ए कंसल्टेंट, राइट। So at that time you
Sure.
wanted a switch. So आपने
Mhm.
उसी टाइम आपने डीएसए पहले से स्टार्ट कर रखा था, आपने डीएसए उस टाइम स्टार्ट करा? बिकॉज वी ऑल नो दैट फॉर प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड कंपनी डीएसए इज द की.
या सो बेसिकली मेरे थर्ड ईयर के स्टार्टिंग सिक्स जो अपना आई गेस फिफ्थ सेमेस्टर होता है, हाँ
यस.
फिफ्थ सेमेस्टर के स्टार्टिंग से मैं थोड़ा थोड़ा डीएसए कर रहा था। इतना अच्छे से मेरे को कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं था, बट फिर मैं जैसे ही मॉर्गन में आया, देन आई फेल्ट लाइक नो आई शुड बी एन एफटी, और आई शुड बी लाइक आई शुड टारगेट अ टियर वन कंपनी। सो फिर मैंने और प्रैक्टिस करना चालू करी, बट आई डिडंट गॉट द रिजल्ट व्हिच आई वाज प्लानिंग टू गेट, व्हाट आई वाज एक्सपेक्टिंग। So then the main role which played in the DSA part is tutor basically. Again, because means like tutor में basic जो उनके assignments रहते हैं, और फिर जितने भी mock sessions interviews लेते हैं, तो जब भी इंटरव्यू देते हैं तो वो बेसिकली एक अपन ओरिजिनल इंटरव्यू देते हैं कोई सी कंपनी का, तो बेसिकली वो एक बिल्कुल थोड़ा काइंड ऑफ अ रेप्लिका ही होता है। तो इट हेल्प मी आउट अ लॉट।
एग्जैक्टली. तो डीएसए जैसे अगर मैं जानना चाहूंगा तो यू यू आर मेंशनिंग दैट ट्यूटर्ट ने आपकी काफी हेल्प करी है, राइट? तो डीएसए इज वेरी वाइड स्प्रेड एज वी कैन सी, कि बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस रहते हैं, बहुत सारे टॉपिक्स है, बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. तो हाउ यू सॉर्टेड इट आउट? व्हाई अकॉर्डिंग टू यू ट्यूटर्ट इज द बेस्ट? बिकॉज बहुत सारे और भी अपने पास मतलब ऑप्शंस रहते हैं. तो एट दैट इंस्टेंट वे यू आर एट द डिसाइडिंग पॉइंट ऑफ योर करियर, बिकॉज अपने करियर पे एक डिसीजन जो होता है वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रहता है. एज पर टेकिंग माय एग्जांपल, अगर मैं अभी किसी दो कंपनी, मेरे पास ऑप्शन है, अगर मैं किसी एक कंपनी को चूज करता हूँ तो इट कैन बी माय करियर डिफाइनिंग पाथ. हो सकता है कि आई विल नॉट डू वेल इन दैट, तो आगे जाके मेरे करियर में बहुत डाउन भी आ सकता है. हो सकता है कि मैं बहुत अच्छा कर जाऊं तो मैं बहुत ऊपर जा सकता हूँ, राइट? तो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट होता है जब आप करियर स्विच कर रहे होते हैं. तो व्हाई यू चोज ट्यूटर्ड अक्रॉस ऑल अदर ऑप्शंस?
तो चिराग, मेरे को एक चीज ट्यूटोर्ट की बहुत अच्छी लगी। सी फर्स्ट थिंग ऑब्वियसली बजट फ्रेंडली। सो some basically some academies are providing courses with job guarantee of 2 to 3 lakhs. You must be aware of that.
Yes.
Like many of the companies are providing that, but tutor is quite pocket friendly and budget friendly. Plus they have the mentors which are having actual knowledge of the industry. They are having 8 to 10 years of experience, who works in tier 1 companies. So they know how to deal in the how to crack the interviews, how to negotiate, and everything whatever we require for the interview. So that's why I chose tutor.
Exactly, exactly. So, how basically, as you said that, as a tutor, also one point to mention that tutor is only for the working professionals. So, if you're having 1 year plus
Yeah.
of working experience and then you want to switch, then you can join tutor. So, I guess that you were working with your current job and managing tutor as well.
Yeah, correct.
So,
So I was
how you were
managing
able to
tutor.
manage?
So yeah, so their sessions are quite flexible basically. So they have late night sessions, they have weekend sessions, and whenever you require some doubt solving sessions, they arrange it for you. And plus, they have some what do we say, assignments and everything, which they give appropriate time like a weekend or a week to complete it. So it is quite easy to manage because they know how much time a person requires to solve the assignment.
Exactly. So you were given assignments based on the different data structures and according to the companies that you were able to target,
Yeah, correct.
right? So once data structures is complete, so it's a course, right? Once data structure is complete, so does Tutor help you in getting like the placement assistance and all the things?
Yeah, so Tutor quite helped me because they have a quite large network. So they helped me with the multiple referrals, and so I was through that referrals I was able to crack Bharat Pay, Browser Stack, PayPal, Goldman Sachs, as you know. So yeah, I cracked I guess 5 to 6 companies, that four which I mentioned. So yeah.
Exactly. You have cracked 5 companies, like, and as I should mention that Akshat has got a hike of 350% plus. If I'm not wrong, please correct me.
Yeah, it's quite, it's like if we touch everything, so yeah, it's around that one.
So that's like completely unbelievable. For a middle class family, it's like a dream come true, right? Having such hike, right? And that only with the help of tutor that is budget friendly and providing all the things together.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
true.
Right. So how's your journey after this? Because once you have joined Goldman Sachs, so Goldman Sachs also you got a referral from the Tutort Academy itself.
Yeah,
So we can say that Tutort Academy is kind of a turning point of your life.
yeah, we can say that.
Exactly. So after all this, when you have joined Goldman Sachs, that how the experience has been till now.
So experience is good actually when you work with the people which are having the best knowledge of them, means like of the industry. So it feels like, yeah, you will be learning a lot in future. And the environment which they give for learning, and development the development which they have with that speed, so it helps you motivate a lot from inside, that yeah, I need to learn more, I need to work. No,
Exactly.
it's
So
good actually.
so the work culture of the product based companies is also really good.
Yeah, it's quite good actually. So if you work in a service based company, and if you work in a product based company, so means like, um how should I put it, like in product based company you will get a lot many more opportunities, like exploring your career, that how you can also
On
they what
provide.
different technologies
So
you
it
can
helps a
work
lot.
on, and
So along with Halka said
many
basically
other
about
things,
service based
small
and
small
product
things
based.
which
So
they
as you
create
have
for their
worked in the
employees,
company or as you have worked in the
like for
industry basically I will
example
say,
any
तो आपके बहुत
tournaments
सारे
or any
दोस्त होंगे जो
quizzes
सर्विस बेस में भी
or
काम कर रहे
any
होंगे एंड बहुत
other
सारे
town.
प्रोडक्ट बेस में भी काम कर रहे होंगे as you are working right now, right? तो
Yeah.
what is the difference basically according to you as per you have seen?
सो बेसिकली अगर अपन सर्विस बेस्ड और एक प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड कंपनी का डिफरेंस देखें, तो सर्विस बेस्ड में जब अपन काम करते हैं तो वी डोंट गेट दैट मच स्कोप व्हिच वी गेट इन प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड कंपनी, इन टर्म्स ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी, इन टर्म्स ऑफ मे बी लेट्स से पीपल, और इन टर्म्स ऑफ कनेक्शंस, व्हाट वी गेट इन प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड कंपनी. Plus service based companies are like, means like I won't I'm not saying like they don't have a good environment or anything like that, but as we do know that they don't have a good work life balance, although product based companies are having a good work life balance. So it helps a lot a person to grow when he works in product based company.
Exactly. Exactly. The thing is that the work life balance is very important because if you are young, it's okay. But after 30, 35 plus, when you need some, you have to give some time to family as well and all the things you have to manage. At that time, work life balance is very important.
Correct.
Right. Exactly.
I do agree.
Exactly. So the next question that I wanted to ask is, as you said that when you joined the Goldman Sachs, you started the development, you learned a lot of things. So before also, I just wanted to ask this question, but I just missed somehow that DSA is important, but also development is important in this thing, right? And as you said that
Mm-hmm.
you learned some courses, so how
Mm-hmm.
basically you have to manage that in an interview round? Because after you got referral, so was there a coding round or direct interview call?
So yeah, there was when I got the referral for, let's say, let's talk about Goldman first. So when I got Goldman referral, so I got it. The first round was the hacker rank test basically. Then after that there were multiple coding rounds which were DSA oriented. And let me tell you a difference between a tier one company interview and a startup or a unicorn based interview. So it have a fine difference, which is having like a tier one company will find a person who can solve the problem. They will, why they target DSA, because they want the person who can solve the problem. They don't want that person who can't solve a problem or who can't be independently work on a project.
Hmm.
And startups are looking for the person who can immediately start working on the development issues and everything. So in the unicorn or any startup interview, you will get basically a machine coding round, which you might be aware of. plus DSA as well.
Exactly. So one question that I want to ask as a fresher is that it's generally recommended that if you are a fresher, work in a startup for 1 or 1.5 year, then you can switch to product based company. So what's your view on that?
So I would say, see, working in a startup will definitely give you a more learning and development in everything, right? But if you work in a tier one company from starting, so it will open more opportunities for you. It will open n number of opportunities. Like for example, let me put up like. If you want to switch in a after 1.5 year and 2 year, if you want to switch, so the name matters a lot. Like if you go and say, hey, I worked in Google, so yeah, you will definitely get a chance.
Okay, but the thing is that if you are in a startup, you will learn a lot, and
Yeah.
as compared to
Mm-hmm.
one Google guy, let's say, right? I'm not saying that there's
Mm-hmm.
no work in Google, but the thing is that in startup you directly work. Your work is visible. It's go in the production on day-to-day basis. You can see your
Mm-hmm.
work being implemented and people using your work, right? That's a completely
So
different feeling, and the thing is that you
mm-hmm.
learn a lot. And after that, also, if you want to switch, so doesn't it give you a upper edge that okay, if he has worked in a startup, he must be having some good experience. Also, the roles switch in startup quickly, as far as I have heard or listened.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually true. But see, the thing is, um, when you so first thing I want to mention that you said that in startup you will get a clear vision that what thing which you have worked on is getting implemented on. It's like you can see that it gets deployed and everything. So in
In
tier one
production.
companies you also see this. It's like when I make a change and it rolls out in production, if it get the code gets busted or anything happens or it gets work perfectly fine, so I can see means like what impact it is making. Because for example in MS in Morgan, the one of the Jira which I have worked on, so I saw the so what impact it made. I can see that the front office is held out with the role which I made. So I would say means like in both the product in the tier one or in the unicorns in the startups, we get both we get the feelings that our work is getting implemented. And coming to your second point, that was
The rules.
forgot. Yeah, the rules. So after means like working in a startup for 2 years, and when you want to switch, so yeah, it will give you an edge basically. But I would say what I have seen. So I'm not means like the one, the recruiters, but what I have seen. So yeah, sometimes it gives means like recruiters gives priority to tier one. What I have seen till now.
Exactly, exactly. Means the thing is that the market is changing also, right?
Yeah,
So
market is changing. See, I also came as as a consultant. They gave me the chance. If they didn't give, then I couldn't have cracked Goldman as well.
exactly,
So
right.
the market is changing.
And obviously you have to be good at your work. Just the thing is that
Yeah.
you get a chance or not, because referrals are very important.
Mhm.
To referrals, you can see your example as well. You have cracked 5 companies, and you got a chance to go for the interview or the coding round, right? So that's the thing. And
Yeah.
once you got the chance, then you can prove yourself, right?
Yeah.
So
Correct.
we have discussed a lot. So as I've discussed earlier as well, we will go for the rapid fire round now, right? So
Mhm.
ready, Akshay?
Sure. Yeah.
Right.
Excited.
Sorry. So what I will be doing is I will be asking questions and you have to answer them within 30 seconds.
Sure.
Right. So the first question goes here. Anything that you want to tell your younger self, right? If you can now go to your younger
Mhm.
self and tell some advice, so what it will be?
So I will tell myself if I'm means like too younger myself. So I will tell to make more mistakes so that I can learn more.
Exactly. So as you talked about mistakes, so the hardest lesson you have learned so far.
So the hardest lesson which I have learned so far is yeah. So basically, So there was an interview which I was giving, and I got literally blanked out. I didn't got anything to say. So the hardest lesson which I learned is like be cool and calm at that time when it requires. It's like train yourself like that when you can stay cool, because it it will help you a lot in life.
Exactly. What's your dream?
So my dream is basically to solve problems which I can help out for our citizens, means like basically our country.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Like, so as you mentioned a lot about Tutor, what is your name your best faculty in Tutor?
Yeah. So basically, I want name one. There are two, Nishant and Manu. They helped me a lot. Means like they are the key to success, basically.
Exactly. One best thing about Tutor Academy.
Uh, so there is not only one best thing, but the tutors, what they are having, they are the best. Means like I guess in the market.
Exactly. As you have changed your career path with a tremendous hike, tremendous increase in work life and all the things, right? So the qualities that one should have according to you, if he or she wants to get a switch like you.
I would say open to learning. You should be open to learn new things.
Your one
What I
quality
have
has answered a
seen,
lot.
yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
and yeah.
Right. So we have had a rapid fire round. It was so interesting, right, to listen all your answers. You're very intelligent in answering, I would say. Right. Right. So at the end, we have done a lot of amazing questions, amazing discussions in this podcast. At the end, I will
Mhm.
request you to give advice to all the audience, considering we have audience from beginner to advanced to intermediate, right? So what will be your advice for all the students who want to achieve what you did?
So I would suggest two or three main things. Be consistent. Consistency is the key. What I have did. So I didn't do means like a new thing. I was just consistent. Second thing, open to learning. What I have mentioned in the previous rapid fire round. You should be open to learn. I have seen many people who don't want to learn new things. And the third thing is like just don't get upset when you get means like rejected or anything. So yeah, that's all. Means like it will help a lot, and everything will fall into place. It's just hard work.
Exactly, exactly. So that was such good words, right? And I hope कि जो भी audience ये देख रही है वो implement करेगी इसे. And I'm definitely sure कि जो podcast हो काफी ज़्यादा beneficial रहने वाली है audience के लिए, because I also got to learn a lot of things, and I'm definitely
Mhm.
sure that they will also. So thank you Akshat for such an amazing podcast session, and I wish you all the luck for all your future endeavors.
Thanks, Kara.